Hi guys, I'm Mike,
And I'm Mikey.
and today we're gonna build this guy, Santa Art the Clown. Let's go.
Don't forget to subscribe.
We're gonna build him, Santa Art the Clown from Terrifier 3. What are your thoughts on him, Mikey?
I really like how he has blood splatter.
Yes, he is really awesome. Last year we get the Party City version of the regular Art the Clown. Once we saw that there was a Santa, we were like, yeah, we got to do this because we're gonna have to do one of our rooms in like Terrifier. So yes, I love the blood splatter. I actually don't mind the glasses. I wasn't a big fan of the yellow glasses in the both of the other previous versions. That's something cool to kind of use and kind of have around the house or whatever. Anyway, just a little bit of a glimpse at the box. But let's get to the good stuff. Let's build them. You ready to go?
Oh, yeah.
Let's go. Okay, guys, first thing we're gonna do is get them out of the box. Mike, if you want to grab that side for me. Always the best part is getting this thing open and starting to see art come alive. We know that my favorite, which are zip ties, or those little metal tie strings that would take you 4 hours to. Oh, I've already see them. There's one right there, one of the culprits. All right, let's go ahead and try to get them out the box. If you want to pull from the other side, Mikey. Ready? 3, 2. There we go. Teamwork. All right, push it back a little bit. Now let's do that again. Ready? 3, 2. All right, you can put that over to the side. On top of that chair will work. All right, let's see what we got. So we have some foam here. This looks like this is going to be protecting more likely the motors, any sort of moving parts. Mikey's already watched a few videos on this guy. What do you got there? Maybe like a chest or a back.
Yeah, I think his back.
There's the Santa outfit and the infamous glasses. Very cool. Very heavy. I feel like I could put that suit on and rock it. Go out on Tuesday. All right, here is the bloody axe. Why are you laughing at me? Oh, there he is.
This is be careful.
Look at him. Look at that. So much better. Hold him up, Mikey. So much better than the Party City version. So awesome. I love the bloodiness, the beard. I kind of, if you remember the picture from before the trailer came, I kind of the teaser, they had like a Santa's face hanging here, almost like Leatherface. That would have been really cool if there would have been an alternate version of that. But I don't mind this. This works out just fine. All right, cool. Well, instead of getting stuck on that, let's keep moving, Mikey. All right, so we started running out of room, so we cleared some space. Go ahead and keep rolling, Mikey. So there is his hand. Cool. I do like the blood splatter for sure. And here is his full kind of torso and mech. So far, nothing has been tied down. That's a good thing. A couple of foam tubes here. Gonna fill out either his legs or his arms. Yeah, it looks like his arms already got them, so it'll be more like legs. Here come the boots. It looks like the top of it's gonna be like a faux boot, so part of the bottom of his pants are gonna kind of make it look like a boot by the time it's all said and done.
And also, it's hard plastic too.
Yeah, always good. So there's like cheap ones. Yeah, we have quite a few of those where you're scared to death you're gonna ruin it. This looks like more than likely part of his other arm. It's gonna connect holding the axe. So this is kind of what we got so far. I'll give everybody a good view there. Only 2 poles so far. Looking like a very easy, very fast build. And just in case you're wondering, this is a Art the Clown mask from a costume I got from Party City. You can check out my other Art the Clown Party City video. I'll try to remember to link that. Otherwise, you can just look up Mike W hashtag YouTubesMonster and Art the Clown. And you'll get quite a few videos that we've put out about it. There's the adapter.
And then some twist ties.
Our favorite twist ties and the base. And there's our instructions as well. I'm going to go ahead and take some time to get this out, and then we are going to start building. All right, guys. Here's the instructions, and we're about to start building Art. We've already gone through all of the parts and pieces. So let's go ahead and flip the page, Mikey. And we are starting with the base. All right, so we got the base. So now we're going to start with the next poles. It's going to be those ones with the little curves in them. If you want to go ahead and start with those. So when you're building this, you're going to notice this kind of one in the back. Back here, you just want to make sure that's how you know that's the back. The little square area that you see, that's going to be able to help the shoe stay straight. So start out with our piece. As usual, we want to make sure that little metal piece goes in there. All right, great job, Mikey. All right, and there's our two. Now we're going to get our big black clown shoes. Here you go. I'll take one of those. Let's be facing this way. So we're going to kind of fit this in, fit it through the hole. And you can kind of see through there that there's kind of a rectangle. That's going to go around that shape, and that's going to make it stay in place. All right, we're going to go on and move on to those two straight poles. We're going to go just right over that. If you want to pass me one, I can help you get through this. And this is pretty much the same piece, just flipped over both ways. So you can kind of flip it over anyway. You can go ahead and go to the next piece, Meeks. All right. Next step, I'll finish that if you want to move to the next. Next step, you're going to take these tubes, these little pool noodles. And I've thought about over the years too, you could definitely, if you wanted to, just buy a pool noodle at the store. When you get really cheap ones, I've definitely had some animatronics, some really cheap ones. So we're going to go all the way down where the black is kind of sticking up at the top. Now we're going to start getting Art dressed. As you can tell, we're going to start with the pants at the bottom. And then once we get those pants on, we're going to go ahead and move on to his mech. All right, and we are now starting getting these pants on like I expected. You want to kind of get this kind of black leathery area. It's going to, like I said, it's going to be kind of a faux boot. So it's going to kind of connect down there. You're going to kind of get it over that foam. So you want to start each leg. You don't want to get a whole leg all the way without getting it started at least. And you'll notice here that Mikey's kind of reaching his hands down in there to make it fit. There is like some kind of foam or something up in this upper area to give him a little bit of body. And then the foam tubes are kind of helping get around, give him some space or area around his legs as well. I'm going to help Mikey with this real quick and I'll be right back. All right, we got the pants on. I just wanted to take the time for anybody who buys this just to see. So there's kind of foam on the inside, and obviously there's a tube here. You need to make sure that the foam goes around the pole and this. It creates a lot of friction. You get a lot of stuff. You'll kind of see it bunched up and curled, kind of like that. So you want to make sure you reach all the way in here towards the bottom and pull it out. That'll give you a more uniform look with all the foam on the inside. The foam is all the way down here towards the bottom, not just the tube that you have. All right, but yeah, and you also want to make of course, the bloody section needs to be facing you. All right, with that said, Meeks, let's get that torso on. These are always really tricky because it's two spots. Okay. You got yours. You might have to move this a little bit. All right, go ahead and press your button. I got mine, and Mikey got his. Great job. All right, so anything that looks like it can be hooked up, we'll go ahead and hook it up before we start putting other stuff on. All right, now while he does that, we've got the first step on. So now we're going to attach the hip loop, which you'll see over here. Go ahead and get that on. And just to show you this part, so it took us a couple of minutes to kind of mess with it. So this is going to basically be his back, if you know what I'm saying. And this is going to be connected to his front, but all in the same area to give him a waist. Once you get Art's waist, you're going to go ahead and get his pants pulled up, and then we're going to get the top of his outfit to come over the whole thing and hang down. Let's go ahead and get this pulled up if you don't mind, Mikey. We're gonna have to guide this up, which is gonna be tricky because just like you just saw, it's gonna pop out quite a bit. And I'm gonna come around here. Hold on a sec. Got mine in. Okay, go ahead and go with that. And I'm gonna hold this down. There you go. And then when you're done, I'm gonna keep all the wires on the inside, and we're gonna have his pants just around just like that. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and start getting his outfit, his top ready. Let's go ahead and do that, Mikey. All right, now it's time to get the jacket on. I'm gonna have to reach with one hand and help Mikey with this. All right, we're gonna go all the way over. There's some Velcro in the back you can open up, so it's not too bad. And then we are going to pull this over. While it's over there, Mikey's gonna go ahead and start hooking up some wires. It's likely the IR sensor, correct? All right. A lot of different little hairs on here, so probably gonna have to mess with that a little bit every year. Probably bag this part up separately so it doesn't spread too much while it gets packed back up. All right, now that we have this kind of going on, there we go, kind of getting that right. That's good for now. We want to pull that hip loop back off of there. All right, so now we want to get this white foam piece here, and we're going to put that really there to protect his motor. It should have some Velcro in the back, and I would close the Velcro in the very back as well. That way you can get to your instrument panel. Okay, we're going to just go right over the shoulders here. It's like we're putting on, you know, a vest. Almost like we're putting on a t-shirt backwards, or a button-up backwards rather. We're going to Velcro that. Now we're going to go ahead and pull up his jacket all the way to the top. I'm going to actually do that off camera and make sure we get that right. So now we're going to start on this left arm. We're going to start by actually working it upward, up in the hand. You're going to notice there's like a black, if I can see it, kind of liner here, Velcro. We're going to open up that Velcro, and then we're going to work it up. So if you would, Mikey, you're in charge of that. And while you're doing that, I'm just going to show you what we got so far. So you see his body's really kind of coming out now that we have his pants and his jacket. Really on a few more steps left. Okay, we're working this way up the arm. And then once we get to the top up here, we're looking to connect this arm right up here. This is going to be the arm that carries the axe. That's why you don't have a hand connected yet. You can go ahead and do that, Mikey, and I'll hold it down here. There you go. And now you're just going to line that up. Do we got it? Let's see how we got it. All right, great job, Mikey. You're gonna have something like that. Now we can start to pull this side up. And we're gonna pull this here. And now we are gonna get to the next step. So we're gonna be a little cautious with this. So right hand through the right sleeve, connect it to the torso frame. Now we're gonna be connecting that axe. We're going to connect the, that's actually the right hand, I said left. But the right hand with the axe into the corresponding slots, and then fix the hands. And there are screws attached, so we're going to add those screws. All right.
Yeah, this is screw hole.
Mikey's already ahead of me. He's already got this attached. This, I kind of wish was just your standard like it was at the top where you have those slots. But I'm going to do that off camera. I'm just going to grab a screwdriver, and I'm going to add one of the screws right here to hold this hand in place. All right, so we got the axe attached. There are actually two screws, one that goes on each side of the hand on both sides. And then the sleeve here, there is Velcro at the top. And then this sleeve wraps around and attaches here. That way you only see black. You don't see his arm. It's not kind of given away that it's just a metal arm. But art is looking wonderful right now. All right, so next step, just gonna move right on to the other arm, which will actually be the left arm. And this is gonna have a wire in it, so this will be that final wire we gotta connect. All right, so let's go on, Mikey. I'm going to get started. It's the same deal. I'm gonna get that Velcro. Great job, it's already open. And we're going to work this up the sleeve. Come with me, Santa art. Okay, we're going to guide this up. I got his hand if you want to just take over from there. Mikey, the animatronic technician here. And this is a more of a normal, you don't have the screws. I'm not really sure exactly why they opted to do the screws over there. Because of course you're going to have to take this thing apart every year, and those holes are just going to keep getting bigger. All right, so we got that connected now. Very cool. If you would, we're going to go ahead and get that wire in the back, and then we'll get to the next step. And now it's time to do the head. Mikey, do the honors. Come back here. Looking good with a little Christmas theme back here. Now there is going to be a screw. Mikey is struggling. He is a bit too short to be able to make it. Let me try it out if you can pass it to me.
Here you go.
There we go. And I'm actually going to do this off camera. All right, so we have the head attached. I just want to show everybody there is a screw right down here. I was able to get it with my drill, so it didn't take too long to knock that out. But that's to hold his head on. So we are going to finish getting Art dressed. We're going to get him plugged in. And then maybe we'll do some demos, Mikey.
Oh, yeah.
All right, let's roll. And now it's time to demo Art the Clown, also known as Santa Art.
It's a terrifier Christmas, makes a horror fill your heart. You hear footsteps, that's not Santa. It's a jolly clown named Art. He's a mild county legend, with a smile that will touch you. On a journey to outdo himself and top his greatest kill. He'll melt your face with acid, the saw your bleeding path. He'll peel the flesh right on your bone and shout with a silent laugh. Ring the bells of celebration, he'll bend there on your door. They vanquished him on Halloween, but now he's been reborn. It's a terrifier Christmas. It's a terrifier Christmas, makes a horror fill your heart. You hear footsteps, that's not Santa. It's a jolly clown named Art. He's a mild county legend, with a smile that will touch you. On a journey to outdo himself and top his greatest kill. He'll melt your face with acid, the saw your bleeding path. He'll peel the flesh right on your bone and shout with a silent laugh. Ring the bells of celebration, he'll bend there on your door. They vanquished him on Halloween, but now he's been reborn. It's a terrifier Christmas.
All right, let's try some alternative audio. Let's see how it'll sound if we add some different sounds.
It's a terrifier Christmas, makes a horror fill your heart. You hear footsteps, that's not Santa. It's a jolly clown named Art. He's a mild county legend, with a smile that will touch you. On a journey to outdo himself and top his greatest kill. He'll melt your face with acid, the saw your bleeding path. He'll peel the flesh right on your bone and shout with a silent
Don't forget to subscribe.